Welcome to Taylor Pilates. Today we have a 30-minute postpartum stress relieving class. Find yourself in a comfortable seated position on your mat, closing your eyes and placing one hand on your chest and the other hand on your stomach. Take a deep breath in and feel your stomach and your chest expand at the same time. Notice how you're feeling today. At this moment, here on your mat. Notice your mind. Is it filled with thoughts or is it calm? Notice it and let it go. Continue to focus on your breath. Deep inhales, your chest and stomach filling at the same time, and long, slow exhales. On every exhale, I want you to release any stress or tension that you are holding in your body, coming into a more relaxing state. Now remove your hand from your belly and engage your core. Take a deep breath in, bringing only air into your chest. Feel your chest expand, and then exhale. One more big inhale here, and on your next exhale, you can open your eyes or you may keep them closed and roll your head down to your left shoulder and then bring it down and around to your right shoulder, releasing any tension in the neck. Then exhale and roll it back to the left. Inhale as you reach the shoulder and exhale as you roll. Inhale and exhale. Connect the movement, creating a full circle with our heads. Inhale and exhale. Then pause at the bottom and reverse directions. Come back to center. Now place your left hand on the mat beside you and reach your right arm overhead, coming into a side bend. Take a few deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Releasing all the tension here in the back. Inhale to expand and exhale to release. Feel yourself open up and relax. Inhale and exhale. On your next exhale, we'll lift up and bring our right hand down to the mat beside us and reach overhead with the left arm. Take a few deep breaths into this side body, preparing yourself and your mind for the class to begin. Deep inhales and slow exhales. Find yourself releasing lower and lower. Then on your next exhale, release and come back to center and meet me in a tabletop position. You'll put your hands directly under the shoulders and your knees directly under the hips. To begin with our cat and cow stretch, take a deep inhale and reach your head up, arching your back, and exhale, round out the spine, bringing your head down towards the mat. Inhale as you reach and exhale as you arch, really thinking to push through your arms, creating distance with the floor. Inhale and exhale. On your inhale, really think about your head being pulled up towards the ceiling, creating space in your chest. And exhale, rounding through the spine. Inhale, reach. On your next exhale, come back to neutral spine and lower yourself down into a child's pose. some deep breaths as you reach your fingertips towards the top of the mat, really stretching out your back and your shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Then walk your hands over to the right side of your mat, feeling a big stretch in the left side of your body. Take an inhale here. Slowly walk your hands to the left side, feeling the stretch through your right side body, and take a deep breath here. Inhale and a slow exhale. Then walk your hands back to center and come into a supine position, lying on your backs. Your knees are bent, and we'll start by finding our alignment. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed and your back is not overly arched. We want to bring our feet hip-width distance apart to begin. Then take an inhale and prepare for pelvic tilt. And on your exhale, pull your pubic bone up towards the ceiling, removing any space onto your spine. And then exhale, come back to neutral. Take an inhale here and exhale, tilt. Inhale, come to neutral, and exhale, pelvic tilt. Going slow with your breath, ensuring your core is engaged throughout. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Really pull with your core to tilt. Movement is coming from our abs. Inhale and exhale. Use slow and controlled movements, activating our transverse abdominis muscles. We'll begin our leg slides. Slide your left leg out to straight and bring it back up to a bending. Switch to your right leg, straight, and slide it back up to bent. On an inhale, slide, and exhale as you return the leg. Ensuring your core is activated, your hips are stable, you're not rocking side to side. Inhale, slide, exhale to return. Keep the movement slow and controlled, ensuring your core is tight and you're very stable. No movement is happening other than from your legs. Inhale and exhale, and then return to center. Bring your feet slightly more towards the glutes and lift your right leg to 90 degrees, then lower it to the ground. Then lift your left leg to 90 and lower it to the ground. And switch, going slow and moving with control, keeping your core engaged. Your hips are stable. The movement is only coming from your legs. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Make sure every time you lift your legs, you really engage your transverse abdominis. And every time you put them down and switch, you go with control. Lift and lower, lift and lower. And then lift your left leg and hold it here. Take a deep breath in and bring your foot back down to the mat and switch to your right foot. hold. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Then lower your foot back down onto the mat. Come up into a shoulder bridge. Lift your right leg up to 90 and then lower it back to the mat. Then lift your left leg to 90 and lower it back to the mat. Switching your legs right to left. And as you come down and switch your legs, you are very stable, moving with control and intention. Your glutes stay lifted and you flow with your breath. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Your core is engaged. Inhale and exhale. Your hips are not dipping as you move. One side's not going lower as the other. They are level and they are stable. And bring your right leg to 90 and hold. Take an inhale and then exhale, lower it back down onto the mat. Then lift your left leg to 90. Take a deep inhale and exhale, lower it back down onto the mat. Slowly lower your spine back down onto the mat. Nice work. Now keeping your left leg bent on the mat, we're going to lift our right leg up to straight and begin our leg circles. Inhale, slowly rotate your leg out away from your body and then circle back up. Inhale for the first half of the circle and exhale for the second half of the circle, keeping the movement slow and controlled. Your core is engaged and your hips are not moving. Your glutes are not lifting from the mat. For a bigger challenge, you can straighten your left leg down onto the mat. Then meet me in center and reverse directions. Inhale as you go down, exhale as you come up. You can make the circle as small as needed to keep stability or as big as you want for an extra challenge. Keep moving with your breath. Inhale as you lower and exhale as you return. Once more, and then meet me in center. Lower your leg back down onto the mat in the bent position and lift your left leg up into straight. And start with your circles, moving the leg towards your body and then up and away. Check back with your core and make sure it's still engaged. Inhale and exhale. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you lift. One more. Inhale and exhale. Now we switch directions. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you come up. Now extend your right leg straight if you're challenging yourself today. And continue with your circles. Inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Making the circle however big you feel you can go today. Once more, and then meet me in center. Lower your leg back down to the mat. Bring both knees to bend and come into an articulating bridge. Starting with a pelvic tilt, and then slowly peel your spine and your hips up off of the mat. Pause for a breath at the top, and then slowly lower your spine down to the mat, vertebrae by vertebrae, into a neutral position. Inhale and exhale, pelvic tilt. Peel your spine up off of the mat. Inhale at the top, and exhale, coming back down slowly, slowly onto your mat. Feeling each vertebrae one by one lower. Exhale, lift up off of the mat, and you want to make sure at the top you are not overly extended in your spine and you're still maintaining the pelvic tilt position. Exhale, lift. Take a deep breath at the top and lower down onto the mat. You want to feel the rhythm in your spine, in the connection between each bone. Exhale, lower. One by one, your vertebrae touch the mat until it's your glute. Lift yourself, peeling up off of the mat, and hold. And lower down. Once more. Lift up off of the mat. Hold at the top. And lower back down onto the mat. Extend both of your legs out to straight. And roll yourself onto one side, coming into a side lying position. Bring yourself down onto your forearm, supporting your head, and your top arm reaches in front of you for support. You're going to point both feet and lift your top leg up for our side lying kicks. Ensure your ribs are lifted up off of the mat. There is a little gap of space underneath. And slowly lower your leg down on the return. Lower on an inhale and lift on an exhale. Lower slowly and inhale, lift. Your core is engaged and you are not rocking in your hips. There's not an overextension in the motion. You're only coming up as far as you can, ensuring that your hips are stable and your ribs are lifted from the mat. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. One more time. Exhale, lift, and inhale, lower. Then push yourself up into a seated position. Your knees bent in front of you and feet at the top of your mat. Grab underneath your thighs for extra support, and we'll begin with our half roll downs. Slowly C-curve your spine down halfway before it touches the mat, and hold here. Inhale and exhale to lift yourself back up into a seated position. Exhale, pelvic tilt, curl into a C position, lowering yourself towards the mat, stopping before you reach there, and pausing there. And lift yourself back up to seated. Going with your breath. Exhale as you lower. Inhale for a breath. And exhale to return to seated position. Option for more of a challenge. Move your hands away from your thighs and extend them straight out in front of you, shoulder height. And exhale, lower down. Exhale, return. Lift it to seating. Inhale here and exhale, lower down into your half roll down. Pause and come on up. Flowing with your breath and making sure you're at whatever point you need to be. Keep your core tight and engaged. Keep your focal point forward. Flowing with your breath, making slow movements. Now bring yourself back into a side lying position, the opposite side you were just on. I was on my right, now I'm on my left. And lower yourself down onto the mat, lying on your forearm, hand under head. Feet are pointed out in front of you. We'll start with our kicks. Top leg kicks up and lower slowly down. ribs are lifted and your core is engaged, ensuring there's a little gap of space underneath. Exhale as we lift. Inhale as we lower, keeping slow movements, really building that resistance each time you lower your leg. Exhale, lifts. Inhale, lower. Check to make sure your ribs are still lifted and you're going as high as you can, maintaining this position, not allowing yourself to rock or sway. Give me one more. Lift and lower. And then come into a supine position, lying on your back. We're going to start with a figure 4 stretch. So bring your both knees to bend and then lift. Lift your right leg and cross it over your left leg, ankle over thigh. And then lift your left leg up into a 90 degrees, holding behind the thigh. Hold here for a few deep seconds. Going with your breath, making big inhales and long deep exhales. Feeling yourself stretch more and more through the glutes. With every exhale, you release more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Lower yourself down to the mat and switch legs. Your left leg comes on top of the right leg and you lift your right leg to 90 degrees and grab behind your thigh. Take a few deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. With every exhale, you release more and more tension that is stored here. Inhale and exhale. Go with your breath. The longer the exhale, the more you can release. Inhale and exhale. 2 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now go ahead and lower your legs down onto the mat. And then place your hands either behind your head or extended at your sides. And lift both knees to tabletop and slowly lower them to the left side. And then look with your head to the right side. This is when I recommend opening your arms, extend. Feeling a big stretch on the right side of your body. Breathe here. Allow yourself to feel it. Allow your body to stretch. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more breath. In and out. And then slowly lift your legs up, back to tabletop. Head comes straight and lower them down to the right side. And your head looks towards the left. Take a few deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Releasing all the tension through the left side of your body. Inhale. And as you exhale, you release all the stress and tension that has been stored here. Then on your next exhale, lift your legs back up to the center in 90 degrees. Then hug your knees to your chest. Then lower your feet down to the mat and bring yourself up into a seated position. Scoot yourself back into your mat and extend your legs out in front of you. If you need to, bend at the knees so that you're sat nice and straight. Reach your arms up overhead and then reach your hands towards your feet. Bending at your thoracic spine, almost like you are bending over a barbed wire that is placed under your breastbone. You are not leaning forward with your stomach, but you are keeping your core engaged. Your belly button is to your spine and you're bending up and over, reaching towards your toes. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, and with every exhale, release a little bit lower. A little bit lower. Inhale and exhale. Now roll yourself back up into a seated position and come down into a supine position, lying on your backs, and come into a well-deserved Savasana, coming into whatever position you feel most comfortable, relaxing in your legs and relaxing in your arms. And go ahead and bring one hand to your chest and one hand to your stomach and take a few deep breaths here, feeling the air rise in your stomach and your chest. Inhale and exhale, big deep belly breaths, relaxing more and more in each one. Then lower your hands back down to the mat to fully relax. Go through your head to toe and make sure that every part of your body is relaxed. Your head is not strained, your jaw is unclenched, your palms are relaxed, your feet are open and relaxed, your belly is relaxed and breathing. See how you feel. How do you feel after your movement, after your class? Check in with yourself. What is the difference from when you started to now? Take a few deep breaths, letting go of any stress you may be holding. Just breathe. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, start to wiggle your hands, wiggle your feet. Make a big stretch up overhead. Open your eyes and do whatever you feel you need to do at this moment. Roll yourself into a side position and sit up onto your mats. Bring your hands onto your knees, facing the ceiling in a receiving position. You can choose to keep your eyes open or close them. Take a few deep breaths and thank yourself for showing up. Take this time to honor the strength in your body, the peace in your mind, and the progress that you have made. Thank yourself for showing up and taking time to care for yourself today. You did such an amazing job, and you should be so proud of yourself. Thanks for joining me today. If you loved this workout, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll never miss a new session. Remember, consistency is key, and I'm here to help you feel your best, one session at a time. See you in the next workout.